Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toku Portal Podcast. I'm Ryan. With me is
Drago.
welcome to Power Rangers Beast Morphers, episode 15. Sorry we missed yesterday, but we're here tonight to make it up. Uh, so this episode is all about our Red Ranger Devin. He's out for a casual morning jog when there's a bank robber on the loose, and he uses his Ranger powers, specifically the Fury Crystal, to catch him in a bit of a assertive way.
Yeah, and also the fact that he crashes the poor guy in like and lives with the mercy of the gravity instead of putting him down slowly.
Right. Like
I
you
know the guy's criminal and all, but he's still a human, right?
right. Like even the cop was just scared for the criminal that Devin was just holding his entire car in the air. Speaking of that
Yeah.
cop though, yeah, what a fucking hero to just bash through Ben and Betty's cake like that. Like, even Devin went around them like a reasonable human being. He didn't just barrel through everything in his path.
I guess the cop had no chill. Uh,
Uh, we see more effects of the fear crystal affecting Devin's personality when he gets an emergency call and he shows up to the Rangers already fighting, who are a little concerned with him being late. And then he just takes control of the fight and starts fighting all of the grunts in the monster by himself. And
yeah.
when his fear crystal starts to run out, he steals another one from Roxy, who was about to power up the monster with it.
It just shows you how much power the Fury Crystal and the new form have. Like, because it would usually take like 3 to 5 people to actually beat these monsters. But him just dominating through the entire fight, like how in the previous episode we saw him completely destroy the Cubatron, and this time as well, like he was able to not only like be in that form as soon as before he could run out of power, he just grabbed the other one so that he could still be in control. And it was really, what do you call it, you could feel the power of this form without and actually the other rangers could feel it too. It wasn't nerfed, it wasn't like the power wasn't undermined like how the other forms usually don't. And it was also packed up a lot of punch, the choreography and everything else. Like it felt stronger, which I don't, which like you don't see a lot in like even in Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. Like at a certain point of time, once the final after the debut episode, like they stop being like what do you call it? They stop feeling powerful as they have felt before. I think the only times that it in early Heisei and I think earlier they used to feel powerful, but now they don't in Kamen Rider. But the only time it was happened was Muteki because they're literally invincible. Um, in here, the feeling of like even there's a feeling of dread that even slowly starts to creep in, even with the music, was really what I felt like gave the form more importance and power.
Uh, so, the others are concerned with Devin's behavior, but he brushes off like nothing's wrong. Nate steals a hair sample to investigate later. Roxy almost gets in trouble for losing another Fury Crystal, but when she explains Devin's behavior, Scrozzle, concludes that, like, hey, the Fury Crystals are so powerful that they could probably turn anyone evil, even him. Which interests Evox, so he commands their to use the last Fury Crystal on that as well. So yeah, even when Roxy messes up, she doesn't mess up.
This was lucky, I guess. But yeah, but it was really, what do you call it? It was really nice to see, like, the villains now actually wanting to bring the Rangers to his side by using the Fury Crystal. So even if it's a loss, it's not, because they could get a really powerful ally.
Or at the very least, turn him against his allies.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good plan from yeah. We'll get to that later.
Uh, so at the Riptide Gym, Devin decides to take on some people who are sparring with swords by himself for absolutely no reason. I do like the subtlety when he's ordering the drinks and he's just like getting really impatient for no reason, just like the effect of his personality. The result of his fight, he knocks Ben's replacement cake over onto a chair, and Betty comes in and sits on it, and that's all fine. But Betty doesn't notice until Ben points it out to her. How do you not notice you sat on a cake? I'm looking at the pants she's wearing, like she would have felt that.
Yeah, that was strange, kind of. Like I thought that she would notice as soon as she sat down, but like, huh, what? Raj, you there?
Sorry. Sorry, I was yawning.
Ah, okay.
Uh, they get called back to base and practically have to force Devin to go. Where Nate explains the results of his checkup, where, yeah, no, Devin, the fear crystals are enhancing Devin's wild instincts. So it's not necessarily turning him evil, but it is turning him more animal instinct and acting on impulse rather than emotion.
Yeah, and also like it's turning up. It's making him more aggressive and what do you call it? Impatient as well.
Yeah, all things that we have just bore witness to. And his argument,
Yeah,
they try convincing him he shouldn't be using the fear crystals, but his two arguments are, I'm helping people. Oh, like you helped this police officer? Shows video of him holding the car hostage. And his second argument is, I'm not hurting anyone, but he hurt those guys at the gym. They don't bring it up, but he hurt them.
and also the criminal that was trapped inside the car.
Yeah, him too.
Cause yeah, falling from I know falling from that height wouldn't do much, and you would have the car as a cushion, but yeah, it would hurt. Um,
Sorry. Uh, they go into battle again. Well, Devin runs off to sulk first. But the rest of them go into battle again, and Red's not there, so Roxy kind of has to put on a show with the monster to try and lure him out. Like, too bad the four of you aren't strong enough to stop me from powering up the monster with the very last Fury Crystal.
and Devon was just starting to run out of power.
Yeah, Devin shows up just in time. Uh, but Hiro Ravi fights him for the Fury Crystal, and it's great.
And and yeah, the I don't know, as, as the episodes have gone up, Ravi has become more likable. because at a certain point in the first 8 episodes, like he was one. I think he was the least performing actor, and the second thing is that he was also kind of unlikable with like some of the episodes. But yeah, as episodes have gone up, like he has become more likable as such, especially after the two focus episode he has, and here, and I really like that. Uh, and also you see like the power difference between Ravi using full of his strength, and Devin using his Fury Crystal, and but also the subtle touch of like you could see Ravi with all these what do you call it, sweat particles on his helmet, and the steam kind of running like the effect. Not they didn't use the steam effect as such, but they used a lighter one, which actually gave off that his weakness was kicking in. Like he gets hot headed when he uses his strength power too much, and that also wasn't enough. So and Demon completely dominated him.
I also do like that uh, Devin is pushing him so hard that Ravi starts to overheat. The weaknesses are not as prevalent here as they are in Go Busters, where one of them gets brought up like every episode. So it's a good like little reminder that not only do they exist, but hey, here's a plausible situation where one of them is about to trigger. Ravi is overexerting himself trying to save Devin by fighting Devin.
and and yeah, that was and I do really like that what do you call it, the thing it's toned down, but you still you still have the characters mentioning that they need a carrot after a good fight in many of the episodes, or like in the background eating something after the you know or Ravi fanning himself, which is pretty neat in my opinion. But yeah, this was also, but this fight was also the fight was really good here.
And then when Devin does get his last Fury Crystal, uh, there's there's a distinct contrast between when he gets this one and we got the other one. So when he got the other one, he swapped it out right away. But this one, when he grabs it, like he spends a few moments without the power of the Fury Crystal, which ran out, uh, and it calms him down enough for him to realize what he's been doing, for him to decide not to use it. So that's when he changed it out right when it wore out. This one, it's like nah. There's like a good 10 seconds where he calms down.
And then him realizing that he effed up, and literally breaking the crystal and throwing it towards Roxy was really good. I really like the scene.
You want it? Take it back.
And okay, if you didn't notice, what do you call it? Roxy's body absorbs the Fury Crystal.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it hits her and it just goes
I
inside.
remember now. It does. That'll become
And I'm
relevant.
one. Okay, what I'm saying, I'm wondering if this is the thing that gives her rise to a second form, or like whatever the purple suit is gonna be.
I was gonna say this will be relevant for when she gets all the beast powers because this episode she also officially collected the cheetah power. Uh,
Yeah,
and fucking Blaze still has the audacity to try and say he'll be the one to get the upgrade. Like, dude, this was a fucking competition, the winner take all, and you got 0 points. Roxy, yeah,
uh,
Roxy failed at the Fury Crystal mission. That was an unrelated mission to the microchips.
and this Blaze is like, holy shit. Yeah, this was a episode.
You cut out a bit there.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. Really good. They managed to do an episode prediction without actually mentioning it, or like, or you like using, or I'm using fluid crystals as a metaphor for drugs.
Huh, I didn't think of it like that, but I guess, yeah. Uh, Mech fight, we get a pretty intricate one this time around. The Giga Drone also has like grunts that they have to take out. Also, because it's like this fire candle monster and it lights the Morphex tower on fire and melts the top of it. I don't know if they got any Morphex out of doing that, but they sure caused a lot of destruction to that tower. That's a lot of damage that the city is going to be paying to replace.
Yeah, I wonder how is the city gonna actually like have funding to do that? Maybe like all the new set of things for electricity and other stuff since Morphex is basically free shipping energy. Probably because they don't have to pay, they don't have to use any other fuel. Maybe
Right.
they're using the fuel money to actually rebuild the.
Like if they just go full Go Busters and Morphex becomes like car fuel.
No, that is actually a thing because in the first few episodes itself that we saw them. Did I cut out or something?
Yeah, you're getting quiet off and on actually.
Okay. Basically, what I was saying is, they what I was they used to remove the Morphex from the truck in a few episodes. It could be that the Morphex was also being used as a truck fuel.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah. So I think they are using it as a car fuel as well. It's not really a stretch to assume that. It's a lot of time.
Uh, so the final scene, back at the Riptide gym, Devin apologizes to Ben and Betty for causing the destruction of their second cake by having hand baked them a new one, and brings them some icing so that they can write a message on it to themselves. It's for their dad. I didn't even mention that. It's their dad's birthday, the general.
Yeah, it's such a jolly little man. He's coming
Yeah.
to for his
So
birthday.
so while they're doing that, the general walks in, says hi to the Rangers, and goes, "So where are my kids?" Who are literally sitting at the next table over. Uh, and because it's Ben and Betty, even icing a cake isn't so simple for them, and they squeeze the bag too hard and get it all over dear Papa in his official like military uniform.
Dry cleaning is gonna be expensive.
But he picks up the icing himself and is like, this is pretty good. You should have some too, and just starts spraying it all over his kids. Oh, I love it. It was just so hilarious and wholesome at the same time.
Yeah. Uh, it is pretty fun to watch the general come back again. The recurring characters in this show are all pretty great. I just wish the general's actor was a bit more. Like,
Sorry, what was that?
no, I wish he didn't use. I wish he did use Kiwi accent instead of like acting.
You're cutting out.
Oh, sorry about that. I think
Connection's not great right now.
Yeah. All right. I think.
Uh, mm, well, uh, can you try talking?
Yeah.
Okay, you sound good right now.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
so you're saying
Yeah.
about his
To be
accent?
honest, yeah. What I'm saying is he's using a lot of his Kiwi accent instead of his using a lot of his American accent instead of his Kiwi one, and then fake American accent doesn't sound as good. I just wish that he actually used his Kiwi accent instead, so that it is just better acted.
Yeah, I can see that. So now that the arc for collecting the data chips is complete, uh, we are approaching the end of the first half of Beast Morphers season one, effectively. So, do you think that the like the season finale is going to be either Blaze or Roxy getting the big power up, or do you think that's going to be saved for like the next season premiere?
I think Blaze and Roxy are gonna receive a power up in the last episode. Like I'm talking about, like maybe like after the fight, Ranger had the fight, the final battle of this season, and then at the like at the end credit stinger, or like end of the episode stinger, is gonna be Blaze and Roxy with their new power. Um, Blaze or Roxy, or Blaze and Roxy, whatever. And maybe I think and the next season's first episode might be the time when Go Busters had that power up.
Uh, they got the fusion with their buddy roids, right?
Yeah, that one. So maybe that's gonna be the first episode, or like the second episode or something.
Something early on to like match Blaze and Roxy's like escalation.
Yeah,
I can see that. Because, Devin's new Fury mode doesn't have a power source anymore. So I could definitely see Nate being like, alright, so I reworked it to work on a more compatible like battery, and we get the Buddy Roids instead. And that's when we also get like blue and yellow.
yeah. It's kind of sad that Nate won't get the power up himself, because his body roid slash beast bot is the
Is the power
ranger.
up?
No, not power up. Basically, he is the ranger right there. So you can't actually turn away numbers by using him, and I doubt people can't use the power up because he is too proud of that. He's too proud for that. Sorry.
Both.
Oh yeah. Um. Well, I'm pretty excited for what the next episode is gonna be. So yeah.
Same. Uh, I'm really enjoying Beast Morphers. It's been a while since I've enjoyed a Power Ranger season like this. Like the last one that the
Okay, I would say same here.
I was gonna say the last season of Power Rangers that I watched, that I just genuinely enjoyed watching was RPM, and I tried Samurai and I gave up on that, and I watched a few episodes of Megaforce and I went, this is bad. I hear Dino Charge was good though.
Yeah, Dino Charge, the first season was amazing. Then Supercharged, what happened was they kind of meandered a bit too much.
Oh, that's a shame.
Like, I mean, it's not bad, but just that some of the episodes, 5 episodes or so, was a bit too like a five stretch of 5 episodes was a bit, fillery and not of consequence, which kind of was, which kind of left a sour taste in people's mouth. And the finale was just very weird.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We'll be back on Tuesday for more Ryu Soldier. Wednesday is the finale of Kamen Rider Zeo. Hopefully, we'll have a small group of people together so we can, give a some short like series and review podcast as well. And then next Thursday for more Beast Morphers. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.